Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, yeah. Hello, my lovelies. Today we are doing a kind of update in my reading journal. So I don't think I've shown you my reading journal in a while, actually deep in there. So I have monthly logs in my reading journal, but I also have yearly spreads, and I kind of always forget to do them, keep up with them. So I just wanted to kind of do a update. So this is my how many books I've read, and as of the making of this video, which was middle of June, I have read 83 books. So I colored to 83. And I only have enough boxes to 100, but usually after 100, I'll go in groups of 10. So 100 is always my goal, and then after that, it's just kind of icing on the cake, and then I'll just kind of go in groups of 10 after that. But yeah, so the beginning of my reading journal has all my yearly spreads in it, and if you didn't know, this is a Kokuyo binder that you can open and close, so you can move the pages around. It uses Japanese paper, and it's really soft paper, by the way. I got it off of JetPens. So it's a 26-hole spiral notebook, but it opens. So that's cool. I have my DNF library. I have my buzzword. This is my buzzword readathon on the left, which is a challenge by Books and Lala. And then I have my Around the World challenge. I think in both of those I haven't really gotten any farther. This is my book bingo, and I think I'm coloring in my novella box, which I read a novella in June called But Not Too Bold, and I think I colored in another one. I don't know what square it was, but I'm getting through my my bingo, and my bingo is just random stuff, read a book that's bigger than 400 pages, read a book that is nonfiction, just random stuff. I picked it at random. Then I have my black from A to Z. So I read, instead of doing the regular ABC challenge, I made it black just to make it a little, not harder, because it's not really hard, but it's cool. I added one, and that's H, and that's how to fail at flirting with an alpha demon or something. It's a romance smutty book. These are my books I want to read. One page was recommendation books that I get from other people, and then these are right now on the screen is my 25 and 25. And then usually I'll either, if I've read it and DNF'd it, I'll cross it out. If I've read it and liked it, or read it and finished it, I'll highlight it. And those are my monthly spreads. I am going to update my June log. So I did the Queer Lit readathon, and whenever I do a readathon, I'm always really extra in the beginning part, if they're a month long one. So if they're a month long one readathon, I'm hardcore in the first week, and I'll almost get them all done in the first week. And then I kind of stall out, because I go so fast in the beginning, and then I just kind of burn myself out. I mean, it's not really a hardship to read queer books all month because I read a lot of queer books anyway. Um, I I did, well, take a break for um, Juneteenth, and I kind of switched gears and just read lots of Black literature. Not lots, maybe two, two books, and then I also read a couple of books to celebrate like there's another readathon going on. I couldn't dedicate a whole week or whatever to it because I'm readathoned out. Um, but the Caribathon, where you read books from places in the Caribbean, and I read a book about a Dominican main character. So, but I'm just kind of filling in. Oh, look, a kitty. I'm just kind of filling in because, like, I have this bingo here that was made by the host of the Queer Lit Readathon, Kathy. Actually, I think it was made by Rogan, but Rogan doesn't. He didn't. He wasn't an active participant this year. But he usually makes all the graphics, so it's cool that he still did that, even though he's not really hardcore, actively participating. But there were 16 prompts, and I did all of them except for two. One of them was the group read. I just couldn't get my hands on it because I don't buy books, and if I can't get it through my library or on my Kindle Unlimited, I oh well. And then that one prompt that I just couldn't find anything that I really wanted to continue was the 1990s. So I had a whole TBR for all of these, but a lot of them just didn't work out for me. I've been kind of slumpy, if I'm really being honest, and I've just been DNFing, not finishing books left and right. Like, I don't know if it's my mental state. It's not really the book's problem. It's my own brain problem. I'm a mood reader, but like, I don't know what I'm in the mood for. It's like when somebody asks you what you want to eat and you're like, I don't know. I want food. I want it to be good, but I don't know what type of, food I want, So it's the same kind of thing. I don't know what I'm in the mood for right now, and everything I seem to pick up, I'm not really finishing. And so I would say like 1 out of every 5 books I actually enjoy. Then 3 of them are mid, and then one of them I don't finish. But I'm not going to kind of force myself to do the last 1990s prompt because I've tried to read like 3 or 4 books set in the 1990s and I just don't care. Like, I think I did pretty good. I did double up on some of my prompts, but that's to be expected. And even the host herself, like, doubled up and quadrupled up in some cases. So I think I'll call 14 out of 16 prompts a pretty good job. I still have some time. I had another week or two, whatever, a week, maybe. I don't know when I'm posting this. So I have a week left, but yeah, I'm not really pressed to finish. This is the reading tracker I use. It's like a little bookshelf, like a shelfie sticker I had. And though that's where I only write down the titles of the books that like are going to end up being my favorite of the year, because I can't put a book for every single book I read on a shelf like a lot of the reading journal girlies do, because I read too many books for that, and ain't nobody got time for that. I just have like 10 pages of just a bookshelf, and that's so silly. If I'm being honest, I think it's silly. Like, it doesn't work for me. If it works for other people, good for them. But for me, I don't really like having a book shelfie, and that's just how it is. So I only did that one for like, okay, here are my favorite books of the whole year. Like, out of 100, I'll have maybe my top 20. You know what I mean? My top 25, maybe 30, because I read like 150 books a year. average. Sometimes it's 160, 170, 140, but average 150. And maybe 20 or 30 of those books are like all-time favorite. Like, I will read this again type books. Right now, I'm kind of making a new spread. It's going to be my mid-year stats spread, and I'm just kind of writing down, like, so I can know kind of, okay, halfway through the year, this is how many books I read, this is how many pages. These are, like, the top genres. These are the top, tags. Because, like, I like to track, like, what I'm reading. So I will mark in my story graph, like, okay, this was an author that was a POC, this was disabled, this was autistic, this was, I categorize my books because I like to break it down because I'm a stats nerd. So I can kind of see exactly how I'm reading. Like, what did I gravitate towards? How many, gay books? How many, all of the categories that I have, which are personally, I have, people of color, and then I break it down by Black, Asian, Latin. That's all I have right now. Then I have disabled. I have autistic because it's a special interest. So if any of the books I read are autistic, or I have a trans non-binary tag, an LGBT tag. But I just wanted to track. I have a sapphic tag. I have a male tag. Just so, because I like to break it down by category and then subcategories, because I'm a complete nerd. And I like to be able to, like, reference and go back and see them all in one place. Like, okay, I can go back to 2025 or 2024 and, okay, these are all the Black books I read because they're all, like, grouped together. So that's nice. That's just how my brain works. So I'm just kind of making all my little categories, and then I'm going to have, like, one little category for, like, okay, this was my favorite book from, like, the first half of the year. But that's kind of all my updates for the reading journal for now, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.